Welcome to Distributed Database Management System. Today we will understand or we will start unit number 1, Introduction. It's our first unit of our subject Distributed Database Management System. These are the outline of this unit introduction, in which first point is distributed data processing, then distributed database system, promises of DDBMS, complicating factor, and last problem areas. These 5 points we have to study in this introduction unit. So let us start with the basic introduction. Before the concept of distributed database management system and before the database management system, there is one system known as a file system. What actually happens in file system? The program and data description or data information stored in particular different file. In that, the disadvantage is that redundancy will generate. Suppose in a file 1 there is number of data, it can be happen that in a file 2 or 3 it can be present, because there is no uniqueness to identify that this data is present in file system or not. So there is inconsistency generated in file system. So to overcome this disadvantage, the next database management system comes into the picture. What happens in database management system? The different application program with its data is stored in a group of one logical or identical place. In a figure you can see that application 1 program with data semantic, application 2, application 3. These 3 program will store in one of the database, and this entire architecture or entire figure will known as your database management system, in which you can perform manipulation operation, you can control your data and also get the description of your database information. It's a concept of database management system. Now forward, the new term or new concept, it's known as a distributed database system. This is the distributed database system, you can see that. So what is the difference between database technology and distributed database technology or distributed database system? In a database management system or DBMS, the entire application information stored at one location on or one place. It's your database technology. Integration word here we have used because it's database technology, integrate all your application at one point. And with the help of computer network is used to distribute your different site data at different place. This both combination will give you the concept or give you the advantage of distributed database system. So in distributed database system, different sites or different application database is internally logical connected with the help of computer network. So it's a basic information of distributed database system, in which different database is connected with computer network. In a different database, it's have user, it's have site, and it's on database. But at the time of perform operation, they can communicate with each other. Now we will understand distributed database system. In a figure, what we have discussed is described over there. Computer network technology emphasizes distributed control. In bracket you can find out the word non-central. Means here we are not working centrally because its a name suggests distributed. So computer network technology emphasizes distributed control. Second, database system seems to emphasize centralization, and network system seems to emphasize distribution. We will clear more in a further slides that database system seems to emphasize why centralization, because each and every site contains its own database. So it's a managed centrally over there, but with the help of network we are going to distribute these all sites and its all database. Then fourth point is a database, however, are not really about centralizing the management of data. And last point is database management system really integrated data and supply a common access methodology to data. It will provide integrity or integrate data, and it will supply the data with the help of some of common access methodology. So it's all about distributed database system. Now next we have to understand distributed data processing. It also known as a distributed data computing or distributed computing. What is distributed data processing? Here we have to focus on the word data processing. We have to process some of the information, some of the function, some of the process, and the main center point or center idea is distributed. It means many things to many people. Distribution function, distribution, computing, network, multiprocessor, multiple CPU in the same computer. In a network independent of function, distributed computing, autonomous function distributed on a network, distributed function, single program distributed on multiple processor. Then next point is in any computer there is always some aspect of distributed processing. For example, CPU and input output function. In a CPU they are distributing each and every process with other number of components, and in an input out it can be possible. We need a better definition of distributed computing to better understand distributed database computing. It's the exact definition of distributed data processing or distributed computing system. So what it is? It is a set of autonomous processors that are interconnected by a computer network and that cooperate in performing an assigned task. Processor must be able to execute a computer program. What we have to do with the help of distributed computing, or computing means performing the task, and distributed computing at the time its basic concept, it's a interconnected with computer network and the task assigned to it will be performed over there. Many things can be distributed: processing logic, function, data, control. These are the things which can be distributed at the time of requirement. Next thing is distributed database system. Here we can understand the actual definition of distributed database system. a collection of multiple logically unrelated database distributed over a computer network. Here in this figure you can see that it's a figure of DDBMS. This is the different site as its own database, and this is the connected with the common network for the communication purpose. So what say in definition, a collection of multiple, in a figure you can see that there is 5 sites, so multiple logically unrelated. So it not compulsory that 5 sites have a same fundamental and same purpose. Site 1 can be made for the customer, site 2 can be made for the sale, site 3 can be made for the selling, buying, whatever. It's a unrelated database, but it's a distributed over a common computer network. So it's a definition of distributed database. So what is distributed database management system? It's a software system that manages distributed database and makes the distribution transparent to the user. This is the actual role of the system, database management system. It manages your distributed database and also maintain the transparency with the user. We will detail see the meaning of transparency later on this unit. Now next is one term. A DDBMS is not a multiprocessing system. A multiprocessor system is generally considered to be a system where 2 or more processors share some form of memory, either primary memory, in which case the multiprocessor is called shared memory, also called tightly coupled, or secondary memory when it is called shared disk. It's also known as a loosely coupled. Another distinction that is commonly made in this context is between share everything and share nothing. We will see the architecture of this. The former architecture model permit each processor to access everything in a primary and secondary memory in the system and covers the two models that we described in this slide. In this slide you can see what I have told. Multi-computer have share memory and disk. Processor run computer program need to access data periodically at some point of time. When we are using the primary memory or cache memory, then we will get fast access, but it's expensive and it's a limited storage. But when we are using secondary memory, then it will provide you slow access, cheap and large amount of data we can store. This is the architecture of shared memory multiprocessor, cache. Primary and secondary memory, at the time of requirement we can communicate processor 2 with the help of cache memory in a database. It's efficient if processors are truly using the same data, but it will generate bottleneck if processor generally access their own unique data, much swapping. Here we have to understand the word bottleneck. Simple example, if I want to give you that, consider one of the water bottle in which you can see that bottle neck size is small comparatively the and other part of the bottle. So flow of information or data pass from the bottom of the bottle, the output generation ratio will be slowed down because neck size is small compared to other size. So if continuously swapping or accessing the general their own data, then bottleneck problem will be generated. Then second architecture is with the shared memory. Here you can see that each and every processor have its own cache and it will dealing with database. Efficient if processor tend to use same memory but at different time. Here also bottleneck if processor tend to go to disk often, means bottleneck will generate at that point when the continuous communication or continuous processing will happen, then such kind of bottleneck will occur. Here we are dealing or we are talking about primary and secondary. Third thing is a shared nothing multiprocessor. Previously I have told you that shared everything and shared nothing. In a shared memory primary and shared memory secondary, this is with the shared everything, and in this shared nothing multiprocessor. Why it's known as a shared nothing? Because every processor have its own database, on storage. They are dealing with their own workout. Efficient if processor tend to retrieve data from their own database. Efficient if processor go to disk often, because they are not dealing with other database or other information. So in shared nothing architecture is one where each processor has its own primary and secondary memory as well as peripheral and communicate with other processor over a very high speed interconnect. So it's a concept that want to say that distributed database management system is a not multiprocessing system. It's a point of view, another concept, and its own strategy and own methodology. Now you can see the figure of central database over a computer network. So what happen in central database system? There is different site connected with computer network, and out of this any one site can contain the entire database of entire computer networks connected sites. So it's a known as a central database. From the figure we can also get the idea about that site to contain the every database or every information over here. This different site have nothing to retrieve from its own site. With the help of communication network, they have to send the request to site 2, and based on the request, site 2 retrieve the information and send to particular site with the help of this communication network or computer network. What is the disadvantage of central database system? If, for example, site 2 connectivity is lost or database which are centrally located is lost, then every network or entire network and every site have no access to their own data, and the computing speed is also low because site 1 send the 5 requests, site 5 send the 10 requests, site 4 send the, for example, 15 requests. Then this all requests will have to serve, then computation speed is goes down, and this is the figure of distributed database system. Here every site has its own local database, and these are connected with the computer network. So site 2 request the data from site 4, then that can be accessible because it's connected with the network. So if site 4 will lose the connectivity or site 4 database is lost, then in this diagram or this figure we can say that in a distributed database system entire network will not fail, because site 2, 3 and 5 has its own database. They can work out it and it will be active in this distributed database system. Now this is the advantage of distributed database system. First advantage is transparent management of distributed and replicated data. Second, reliability through distributed transaction. Third one, improved performance, and fourth one, easier system expansion. So what is first? Transparent management of distributed and replicated data. This advantage means that transparency refers to separation of the higher level semantic of a system from lower level implementation issue. In other words, a transparent system hides the implementation detail from user. Here the meaning of transparency means we have to hide the architecture or implementation of our distributed database system with user. They just only work with its application and its database. The real implementation, what we have done or we have implemented, it's none of the point of user side. So this is the first advantage, that user must or need, or we have to provide the transparent, or we have to provide the transparency to user. Then second advantage is reliability. Reliability means trust. If the failure of single site or the failure of communication link which makes one or more site unreachable is not sufficient to bring down the entire site, the user have to trust that if some of the site or some of the network link will be disconnected or unreachable, it not means that they are not enabled to access their data. In a distributed DBMS are intend to improve reliability since they have replicated component and thereby eliminate single point of failure. In your first advantage, replicated data means we are copying the data so that if one place or one site can be unreachable, then from the other place we can provide its data. So it's a second advantage, reliability through distributed transaction. Then improved performance. The name suggests we are getting the improved performance in a distributed database system compared to centralized database system. Why? Because every site have a transparency. In a distributed database management system, user have a transparency and have a trust, and when we are communicating or we are accessing data, then with the high speed or less time we can access our data, because it's not located centrally at any point of place, but it's a distributed over a network, so we can improve our system performance. And last advantage is easier system expansion. Easier system expansion means if we want to expand our distributed database system, then it is easy, because there is, for example, 5 sites and here I want to connect the 6 site, then it can be possible. directly we can add site 6 to this communication network or computer network. So it's a easier system expansion. So these are the advantages of distributed database system. Now next is promises of distributed database management system. The three advantage is also known as the promises of distributed database system. First one is a transparent management of distributed and replicated data, then reliability through distributed transaction, and third one is a improved performance. Now we will moving to the promises first point. Before that, we are here going to clear the concept of transparency. In a distributed database, here the view of user, how user can feel when they are connected with the computer network or communication network. This is one system is connected with distributed system, and it feel that they are sending the request and they are getting the response from the database. Likewise, all the system feel like that. The internal implementation or methodology are not known from the user, because the name or terms transparent system means hide the implementation detail from the user, because it's none of the role of user. So it's a reality of distributed DBMS. These are the communication system or communication network in which this is the DBMS software, this is the user query. Each and every site or each and every user have its own database. Based on the user request, they will compute the query and respond to the user. If, for example, site 1 database get the request from user and this data is present over here, then it directly responds to the user. But if here the database is not present or information is not available, that information is available over here in other site, then it will go through communication network and computer network and retrieve the data from other site database, and then after it will respond to the user. So likewise, communication happen in distributed database management system, but user don't know how it work. So it's a basic things of or basic concept of transparency. These are the transparency issue or workout we have to study in next video lecture, in which if we get the basic introductory, what we will learn in next lecture. First is distribution of data, data independence, network transparency, replication of data, fragmentation, transparency. These are the transparency issue which we will study in next lecture. So what we have studied in this video lecture, we understand the distributed data processing, we understand the distributed database system and promises of DDBMS, in which detailed point and 3 discussion will be covered up in next video lecture, but the starting introductory things we have covered in this video lecture. First, the starting file system, then we cover database management system, and then after distributed database system. This is the distributed database system basic things. This is distributed data processing. Here the exact definition of distributed data processing or distributed computing system. Then here 2 definition cover up. distributed database and distributed database management system. This first line is a definition of distributed database and second is a distributed database management system. Then here clarification of that DDBMS is not a multiprocessor processing system. Then we have see the figure of central database on a network. This is the distributed database system figure, and we have discussed advantages of distributed database system. There are 4 advantages. Then after promises, 3 promises which is belong from the advantage of database management system. All it's a promises of DDBMS system. Then user perspective, how distributed database look like, and in a reality what is the actual workout of distributed DBMS. We are covering up to this. Now from the next video lecture we are move from the transparency issue. So I hope up to this you are clear about the distributed database management system introduction. I hope you understand this. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you.